Well, once again, I take this moment just to welcome you as we do this learning together. I want to talk about the if-else statement as part of our control structures. Remember, we talked about the control structures, and in these control structures, we were able to mention that we have what is called sequential. In sequential, these are simple statements that we have been writing, like when you write a program 1 plus 1, program that allows the user to enter the values and then the average. That is sequential. Then we also talked about branching, and in branching, we can call it decision. And I said in decision simply means that you have an option. You have an option of either eating ugali or githeri. That is an option. So what will determine whether you are going to eat ugali would be some conditions. So in this case, when you say branching, we are making a decision based on some conditions. For example, you want to admit a student to a given school. In our case here, you want to admit a student to a given course. And, there's what you call the cut-off points. So if they meet the cut-off points, then you are going to admit that student. If not, then it means you're simply going to do what? To refer them to another course, perhaps where they meet the course cut-off points. That is decision making. And in this, of course, you will find things such as if statement. We have what we call if, else. We'll talk about here. You can actually have nested if statements. You can have the switch statements, among many others. And then there is the last bit that comes on. Looping for loops or iteration. And in this one, remember, we have been able to mention that something is happening until a given condition is met. And classical example, you are studying today. As long as you have not reached our 4.2, that is for 4.2 means you are not in your fourth year in the second semester, and you passed all the exams. Then you will continue studying. So until that condition, the moment you finish the last exam and you pass the exams, then you cease to be studying, that is, to that level. You begin another. So in looping, you would talk about here the while loop. It's about do, loop, and then there is a for statement. So those are examples of loops like system. Like you are computing the number of maybe let's say you want to determine even numbers between 1 and 10. We will do that example. But for now, I want to implement just one of them here, branching, that is the if statement, and we are considering the BMI program. In this case, we have we are assuming that you get to the hospital and then your measurements are taken, and then you are able to compute your BMI, and then it's able to tell you what is your are you overweight, are you underweight, are you normal weight, are you obese. There's a difference between obese and overweight. Overweight, you are now approaching this. So then how do we go about this in terms of bringing it to a computer program? So let's transit directly, and then we will be, of course, referring to this. Let's come here. Remember, the BMI is given by weight in kgs, divided by your height in meters. Of course, that height is square. This height is square. Meters. Giving you like then we write in the other way, like this, meters. So let's get into the action. So here we want to allow the set to enter the value. So we just say we want to define, let's define some few items. Weight and your height are actually continuous. Why I say they are continuous? You can have points. You can have someone who's weighing 76.3 kgs. You can have someone who is 170.5 centimeters. That is okay. So we're gonna use float. I want to float weight. We want to float height. And we also want to float the BMI. Already have slot behind there, so just define it there. Then we are telling this person to enter your height. Enter the height. Maybe let's start with whichever starts is no problem. Enter the weight. Yes, and then we are going to allow this to happen. So we're going to scan it. Percent, percent I, percent F in this case. And then of course remember to put like that. Then you are say ampersand of value. So allow me to just copy this one here and then do some indication here in the height. So height. Change this one. So then how do we compute this? We have said that BMI is given by, we are assigning the value, and we are saying weight, divide that by, we have height, times height. Let's see what the value is. Height times height. Let's just start with something else. That is the BMI. When you say percent, and I want it to be on a tab, so percent F. No harm if you put it in the other place. Let's try to find an error. It's not scan, but scan F. Alright, it's running. Let's enter our weight. This guy is weighing 45. And the height the BMI is calling 6. Height here. What if your BMI is 35? I mean, that is overweight. Someone who is 56 and is, so that is simply what the computer is doing. But we want to make a decision based on what we are getting. So right after here, once we have done the calculation, we should be able to say if your BMI, that is, if BMI is less or equal to 18, for example, less, if BMI is less than 18, then you put this. I want to just put this statement. Printf BMI. I want to tell this person something, and that is here. You want to tell this person you are underweight. So let's just say you are that. So this is going to happen the moment you run the program. If this person has a BMI, you should have used 25 here as it is defined. If your BMI is less or 18.5, this is what you are going to do. Else, then you say else, if, because it's quite a number of them, else if, and then you just want no, you should be able to do that. So I need to provide the condition here based on this data here. So if I'm ranging between this, that is the highest value is this one here. So let's see, we need to make it work very well for us. So let's say if the BMI is less than, we want to see whether it's able to remember what you already have. If your BMI is less, have normal So at this point, if you compute our BMI and it is not in the first class, then you can. But I want to give you the other bit. Else, even in this else, we want if it is beyond that one. Oh my! It is beyond, not beyond. We still have to continue. So if we have this one here, overweight will be 25.9. So this is that quickly. Else if your BMI less 9, and this side should not be that big. Then we are going to say what we want to say. You are overweight. You are overweight, and your BMI is